had Hildreth voting in favor, and we had no one voting against. We also recommended stipulated expulsion for student number 22-23-05-5762691450. Before we go to approval of the minutes, we have a presentation, I believe.
Mr. Doki.
Mr. Doki.
Okay.
Well, it's captured, right? He did really think that. I know. Yeah.
I'd like to introduce Mr. Doki and ASB from Skyline North.
Hello, Mr. Godfrey and members of the Board of Trustees. With your permission, we, the Skyline Student Council members, would like to update you on Skyline's recent fall events and winter events.
Sure, go ahead.
Mr. Godfrey and members of the Board of Trustees, Skyline has fresh paint on their playground. Thanks to our maintenance department, we have beautiful colors making our tetherball, hopscotch, wall ball, dodgeball, and foursquare play area. Additionally, our lines on the basketball court were also brightened up. Finally, quotes have come in for the new playground equipment replacement, and we are really hoping construction can begin over spring break.
Showtime is a success. On October 4th, the performing arts students from both the performing Barstow Fine Arts Academy and Skyline teamed up together to learn commercial acting from Rick Irvin, theater dance from Melody Bernard, and theater and prop building, stage management, and lighting from Christine and Sean Nelson. A huge thank you to all the performing arts students, chaperones, and instructors for creating an incredible experience for our students to gain skills and to increase their competitiveness. Additionally, we would like to thank Devin Vargas and any other staff member from Barstow Community College for hosting both schools in an incredible experience in a beautiful facility.
On October 19th, Skyline's kindergarten team held a pumpkin carving contest. Students and families had a fun-filled evening of carving pumpkins and enjoying pumpkin pie. Student Council also had the opportunity to judge pumpkins on creativity and theme.
The Skyline Fall Festival continued its tradition of being a huge hit. On October 26th, Skyline students, families, and Barstow community members enjoyed sugary sweets and raffle winnings. Attendees also wore costumes and explored the Barstow Police Department CSI unit, played games, picked boogers, and ventured with the photo-carrying soldiers. A huge thank you to the Skyline PTO and all volunteers that made this event a huge success.
After 3 months or 50+ hours of rehearsal, Skyline's production of Disney's Aladdin Jr. took place on November 2nd, almost selling out the entire house of 275 seats. Due to the popular demand, they wanted to put on a second show on November 4th, almost selling out the entire house again. It was a really good experience for our students and all the hard grinding for the students.
Our after-school classes are filled with opportunities. Spanish classes have started with Dr. McDonald. Advanced Spanish takes place on Mondays, and beginners practices on Fridays. Miss Bremen's Mileage Club is on Wednesdays from 7:30 to 8:30 a.m. and Science Club is on Tuesdays. And our newest debate club is on Thursdays. Some performing arts students will be taking an opportunity to watch The Lion King at the Pantages Theater in February.
Skyline Winter Wonderland took place on December 21st. The evening was filled with holiday decoration, classes singing their favorite Christmas songs, drinking hot cocoa, eating treats, pictures of Santa and his elves, and enjoying one another's company. We even had performances by guest community members and Skyline Spanish Club.
Our third grade team hosted their gingerbread family night on December 7th. Mrs. Alvarez held the Mark Alvarez Memorial Toy Drive on December 5th through 9th in each class. The drive continued on Sunday, December 11th.
We had our school STEAM fair on December 8th, and we'd like to thank our coordinator, Miss Noble, and all the volunteer judges for allowing the students to share their ideas and demonstrate their projects. Skyline sent 30 students to District STEAM Fair on January 18th. Resulting in a number of awards, 3 students will be moving on to Simpson County competition.
Skyline Student Council, along with additional students, volunteered, stepped up on Christmas Eve to support the Christmas Pops and Kids program, and giving toys out to the children of Barstow.
A shout out to the Lady Aztecs basketball team for stopping by Skyline on January 19th and giving the Room 7 students a basketball practice, which included drills and skills. And thank you to DeNapoli's Restaurant for donating lunch to the team. Finally, Mr. Doki, representing Barstow and Skyline, was honored on October 25th for San Bernardino County Teacher of the Year. Dr. McDonald also wants to emphasize that he was the only elementary teacher recognized in the entire county. San Bernardino County Schools stopped by on January 17th to interview and film his classroom instruction.
Madam President,
Mr. Godfrey and members of the Board of Trustees, do you have any questions for us?
I do have a question. Did I hear 50 hours of preparation?
Yeah.
Wow. It shows.
that
Great work.
last-
Great work.
Yeah.
that last week, including a couple of weekends, they probably came in 2 or 3 hours every single night working, so,
Awesome.
good training, but
There was one other announcement that they wanted to make that I'll continue to just make on their behalf. I know Mr. Malin is not here and Mrs. Swearingen is not here either, but they had planned to just thank Mr. Malin and congratulate him on his retirement and to congratulate Mrs. Swearingen. And I just want to say, Board Appreciation, we really appreciate every single one of you for your service. This is Board Appreciation Month, as you probably already stated, but Skyline is really grateful for you.
Thank you for your time and have an awesome Skyline evening.
As always, Skyline North ASB never fails to impress. They do a fantastic job. Could I have a motion to approve the minutes of January 10, 2023?
So moved.
What are we doing now?
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Business from the floor. The board meeting is a business meeting of the board held in a public forum to comply with Brown Act. It is not a town hall meeting with the board. This is a time for citizens to present problems or questions they feel the board should discuss. Individuals are encouraged to address the full board and not individual board members. The law prohibits the board from taking action on items that are not on the agenda. In accordance with AB 361, Signing date is September 16, 2021. The Barstow Unified School District will allow for remote participation at the upcoming regular board meeting on Tuesday, February 14th, 2023. General public will be permitted to attend the meeting within the boardroom, but may also submit public comment via email per protocols listed below. Deadline for submission of public comment will be 12 p.m. on Tuesday, February 14th, 2023. If you would like to submit public comment, please follow the protocol below. Identify the item you wish to comment on in an email message. If your comment does not apply to a specific agenda item, write general public comment in the subject line of your email. Comments on consent, discussion, and public hearing items or general public comment will be accepted via email prior to the live open public session. Deadline for submission of public comment will be 12 p.m. on February 14th, 2023. Submit public comments via email to the Superintendent's Senior Executive Assistant at Christina Crane at busdk12.com. Each comment will be read aloud by a member of staff as received and are subject to a 3-minute time limit, which is approximately 250 words. Comments received outside the comment period outlined below will not be read aloud and will not be reflected in the minutes. We have 2 requests for speaking. The first is Crystal Heldred.
All right, my name is Crystal Hubbard. I'm a 5th grade general education teacher at Montera Elementary School, and I'm also a parent of 2 children in this district. I would like to address safety at my school site. I do not feel safe. Many of my colleagues have expressed that they do not feel safe. We do not feel that our students are safe. There is a culture of disruption, defiance, and violence at our school site and the surrounding community. I've had parents make their way on campus to confront me. Their behavior is so aggressive that my principal had to lock me into my classroom. Just last week, we had several teenagers who are not students at our school physically target and attack elementary students, little kids, putting our school in a lockdown. Daily, I witness fighting, often resulting in injury, as well as the direct defiance and disrespect to our staff. Gates are unattended, and students roam the hallways unsupervised because we do not have enough campus supervision. We have had several staff leave because the conditions are so overwhelming. Brand new teachers are struggling because of the school climate and lack of training. Sometimes there is 0 training for our new teachers. Substitute teachers have refused to sub for our upper grades because they are out of control. I have decided to no longer take students from upper grade classes when teachers are absent because it's an extreme disruption for my students and creates chaos. Our administrators are taking steps to help teachers and staff, but they seem, and I'm not trying to speak for them, but from what I see, they seem stretched thin and overwhelmed. We need your help. I am here to ask that the district and board members make yourselves aware of our safety concerns and genuinely find ways to support us. Through conversations with staff at other school sites, I know that we are not alone. One of the biggest problems is the absence of a district-wide behavior support plan. Teachers are going through our toolbox of Tier 1 interventions, but some students need more than what we can provide. Many of our students have unimaginable home lives and trauma that impacts their learning ability. There needs to be specific Tier 2 interventions that provide emotional support and, when needed, consequences. I understand and wholeheartedly agree that suspensions and expulsions should be a last resort. However, there is this unwritten, unofficial policy of no off-campus suspensions or expulsions and very little emotional support, which has burdened our staff and put us all in danger. In an effort to decrease out-of-school suspensions, schools are giving in-school suspensions, but these are ineffective. Often these kids sit in the office playing on Chromebooks or disrupting office staff and administrators. They are not receiving the emotional and behavioral support they desperately need, which results in continued aggressive behavior. I am hoping that by coming out here and speaking as an advocate for our students, that other BUSD employees will feel encouraged to as well, as I know I am not the only one, and to speak out without the fear of retaliation. Thank you.
Thank you. We have Rosa Irurete. Did I pronounce that correct?
That's okay. Nobody pronounces it.
Give me out.
That's closest. You got it. Hello, everybody. I'm here as a reminder that STEM's environment is not safe for children. I spoke last month on the direct effects this school environment has had on my family. Today, I come to set a reminder that an investigation in a letter is not sufficient as an outcome for my concerns. Changes need to happen. Mental health is one of the highest critical points in our society since the pandemic hit. Our children have suffered through many hardships silently for the last 2 years. On top of that, we have the persistent problem with bullying, drugs at STEM that seems to be getting worse. I ask you all to look at your priorities for the district, which should always be children's well-being first and foremost. We need more supervision at STEM, more mental health access, and positive programs to influence the declining environment. I'm sure other schools can use the same, as my previous speaker can attest to that. But adolescent development and environment is a very critical stage of development and has a direct correlation of the trajectory of their lives. It's not just one kid being affected. Not all parents will be as vocal as I am, so you may think it's just one child, but I speak for so many others. Please keep STEM at the forefront of your minds and agendas to ensure the next generations of children attending don't deal with such a harmful environment that could have long-lasting effects in their emotional and physical health. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you both for your comments. Reports. We go to staff reports. San Bernardino County Student Service Williams quarterly.
Yes, this is our quarterly UCP Uniform Complaint Report as it relates to instructional materials, facilities, teacher vacancies, and misassignments. And for the quarter October through December 2022, there were no complaints received.
Any questions, Mr. Guthrie? Vandalism report for the second quarter.
Yes, I will go ahead and report that in Ms. Swearinger's stead. You'll see that we did have some vandalism during the last quarter, approximately $2,633.77.
Sorry.
And you'll notice that's the second quarter of this year. In the first quarter of this year is $5,622.73. So that more than a 50% decrease in vandalism. So that's always good news.
Any questions, Mr. Guthrie? Here's none. We'll go to the first semester suspension report for 2022-2023.
Yes, we'll have Ms. Norman go ahead and present that.
For our suspension report for first semester of 2022-23, we have basically a list of, I won't read through each one. We have a list of the total suspensions for the first semester. It was 246. Total days was 944, and a loss in ADA, which was $45,061.98, which is actually a decrease for the first semester of previous years.
Any questions? Okay. Moving on to the superintendent's report.
Yes. Superintendent Malin really wanted to be here tonight, but he is at a superintendent symposium along with our incoming superintendent, Ms. Swearingen, but I will do my best to try and share with you his report. We did have our STEAM Fair, our annual STEAM Fair. First time we've had the STEAM Fair in live capacity in 3 years. So that was really fun. We had it last Thursday, February 19th at the Barstow College PAC Center. Very well attended. We do have 12 students that will move on to the SIMSEP County Fair, and hopefully some of them will move on to the State Fair, which we've had in our past here in Barstow. The marching band, unfortunately, was not able to perform at the Alamo Bowl. I think everyone here has heard the unfortunate thing that happened with Southwest Airlines, but instead they did perform at Langworthy Field on the 19th, very well received, and they do a great job, so we're really proud of them on that. Last Thursday, there was a Crestline active shooter drill at the school. I think it started at 9 a.m. It lasted about an hour and 15, hour and 30 minutes. It was in concert with Barstow TV. There were some mock exercises that the students and staff went through to ensure that we're all on the same page, and hopefully something like that never happens, but we're putting our best foot forward in preparing ourselves. The Citizens Oversight Committee and the Board of Trustees were able to walk through at Barstow Junior High School last Thursday, and from what I've heard, it is looking really good, and I think our 7th and 8th graders next year are going to have a great place to learn, and really excited about the new environment that they're going to be able to learn in. Finally, we'll end off with Barstow High School. They had their winter ball, and I don't want to steal too much of your thunder, so I will not mention that. I'll let you go ahead and do that. Do you have any wrestling on, or excuse me, any sports on your list?
I do.
Okay, so I'm going to wait on that one as well.
Thank you.
There are a couple of scholarship possibilities that I want to mention, both having to do with sports. We have a student by the name of Angie Vasquez, who is a cross-country runner, and she is in line to possibly get a USC scholarship for running. And do you have another one? I'll save it. You don't? Okay. So Damian Curiel, another student at Barstow High School, was an all-league recipient. I don't know which sport he plays. Football. And it sounds like he's in line for a scholarship from the University of Hawaii. So very exciting. Thank you. With that said, I'll go ahead and save the rest so our new ASB representative can do her thing.
Okay, before we go to Ella, we need input from our board. Mr. Eldred, could you lead us off?
First, just wanted to say thank you. She actually happens to be out here, but Dr. McDonald for inviting me out. I was able to do at the school level for the STEAM Fair at their school site. So just thank you for the experience and being there and seeing all the awesome experiments that the kids did. It was a great experience for me to get to, see them, and I was just really proud to see how well they all did. Also just wanted to say congratulations to Mr. Baraloni, one, just for all of what he's done, for all the number of years. I actually was fortunate to have him whenever I was at the junior high, back before it turned into the fine arts. So just wanted to say thank you to him for all the years of everything that he's done, and congratulations to the marching band at Color Guard for all their hard work.
I had the opportunity of participating in the walkthrough at the junior high, which was just fantastic. It's wonderful to see that school come back to life, and they've just done an excellent job. I know a lot of the stuff they've done, you couldn't see the water pipes and the sewer pipes and electrical and all of that stuff, but I know it's been done, and the stuff we did see was just spectacular.
I also want to report that I participated in the walkthrough, and I was very impressed by the conditions at the new junior high. And I say new because it seems like it's a brand new school, and it's going to be something a great learning environment for our students. Whenever we get in there, I don't know what the timeline is for that.
Looking at the start of the 23-24 school year. However, during the second semester, we will be having students spend some time there, maybe visiting the library, having meetings there to kind of acclimate the students and staff to the new environment.
So I was very impressed by what they've done so far. Really did a great job. All right, our student representative, I'd like to introduce Ella Massimini from Barstow High.
Last week we had a Spirit Week for Spirit King and the Winter Ball. At the basketball game during halftime, we crowned Leo Size as our Spirit King. And then following up with Winter Ball, we sold a total of 250 tickets, and it was a great turnout, and it seemed like everybody had a great time. Our winter sports are wrapping up. Our boys basketball is 3rd in the league, girls soccer 2nd in the league, and wrestling will be sending 10 representatives to regional this year.
Any questions about it? Thank you, and welcome. Let's hear from our representatives report. BEA first.
I'll make it my shortest ever. I'm just here trying to just do hopefully not. First of all, I wanted to express appreciation. I wanted to thank you all for what you do. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of effort. I know that they're stressed. People don't really know what we do in any situation until we get those shoes. I can imagine what you do, but I'm sure it's much more work than even I'm anticipating. I want to thank you for that, for meeting with me when you can meet with me. I met with Mr. Hofer last week. It feels good to be heard because that's what membership wants. What we have going on right now, as a reminder, our member engagement for February, I'm going to say it till I can't stop saying it. We rented the entire bowling alley at Victor Bowl for our members to bring their families for, I think it's 2 or 3 hours. Everything will be paid for. We show up with our families and we get to celebrate the camaraderie that we have and the team that we have. We're excited about our membership. We are going to have negotiations coming up, and things that we consider with negotiations is we're here to make the contract the best possible contract because our working conditions are student learning conditions. And students can't have great learning conditions unless we have great working conditions. So there's that. Things that I want you to consider tonight, when you see the number of names that for class size overage, that's over 50 names. That's 50 classrooms that have too many students. And those are things that we need to consider. When we talk about safety, numbers in a classroom matter. We can meet the needs of the students if we're within those limits that are set by our LCAP and our state law. So we want that. We don't want it to be a forever. We want it to be a temporary fix. We're doing our part, but we really would like to see those numbers match where we can be the best professionals that we can be for our students because we deserve it because our working conditions are the learning conditions. So thank you. Yeah, sure.
Any questions? Do we have a representative from CSEA? Okay. How about from the Personnel Commission?
Yes, Ms. Patty Doole is at a conference today. I can read what she left for us. Board members and guests, the next Personnel Commission meeting is this Thursday, February 9th at 4:30 p.m. BUSD currently has 353 classified employees. There are no recruitments open. I'm currently attending the annual CSPCA conference in Long Beach along with all 3 commissioners.
Okay, any questions on that? All right. Let's move to adoption of the agenda. Do we have any changes or corrections?
Yes, I'm sorry. We have 2 completed copies and 1 corrected copy.
Okay. Does any board member want to pull a specific item? I would like to pull K6B1. Can we go to K6B1 now?
Adopt the agenda first.
Excuse me. I have a motion to adopt the agenda.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, can we go now to K6B1?
I think we should adopt the consent agenda first.
You're right. All in favor of adopting the agenda as stated?
Aye.
Opposed?
Need a motion first.
I I thought we had one.
I got it.
We have a motion?
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Agenda is adopted. Okay, now can we go to K6, B1? Recommending that the Board of Trustees approve the employment of classified personnel listed. I would like to abstain from this vote because I have family members involved in this agenda item.
I don't think you can, because without your vote, we wouldn't have a quorum, so I think you're compelled to vote.
I think Jeff did say when we met
Yeah,
to go
we
with the
could.
agenda
Yeah,
that
we could.
you could,
Yeah,
because it
you'll
doesn't
be okay.
involve.
All right, do we want to just absolve the,
We can do that.
yeah, okay.
Culling of it and just include
Okay,
it.
we'll just do it under consent, okay. All in favor of adopting the consent agenda as stated?
We already did that.
We have did that?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, all right, we're going to discussion items. A little rusty.
That's okay.
Okay.
It's been a while.
Item L, 1, or is that LI 1? LI 1, Resolution 12-2022-2023, School Board Appreciation Month, January 23rd. Recommending the Board of Trustees approve Resolution number 12, 2022-2023, School Board Appreciation Month, January 2023. Can I have a motion?
Second.
Yeah, if I could, of course, we want to recognize our board members for all the service that you provide to our community for things like oversight and policy development. We do have an attachment to this board agenda item I'd like to read verbatim for you so that we can make sure we capture everything. Whereas an excellent public education system is vital to the quality of life for all citizens and communities, and whereas our local school board ensures our children's academic, social, emotional, physical, and mental health needs, and whereas school board members continue to advocate to best serve the children in our community each and every day, and whereas local school board members are committed to children and believe that all children can be successful learners and that the best education is tailored to the individual needs of the child. And whereas school board members work closely with parents, educational professionals, and other community members to create the healthiest environments possible where all students can thrive. And whereas school board members are responsible for building and maintaining the structure that provides a solid foundation for our school system. And whereas school board members are strong advocates for public education and are responsible for communicating the needs of the school district to the public and the public's expectation of the district. Whereas to meet the diverse educational needs of all children and to empower them to become competent, productive, and contributors to a democratic society in an ever-changing world are more poignant than ever before. Now, therefore, I, Jeff Malin, Superintendent, do hereby declare my appreciation to the members of the school board and proclaim the month of January 2023 as School Board Appreciation Month, adopted by the Board of Trustees on this 24th day of January 2023.
All in favor?
Before we vote, I'd just like to say thank you for all of these wonderful posters.
Yes.
That was really, really sweet.
Each one of the schools contributed to each one of the board members.
Very, very nice. Appreciate it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Could I have a motion to address L 1, 2 through 5, or is it 6?
It's just information,
This
so,
is information item.
yeah. But we can take them all together.
Yeah, these are various board board policies that we partner with Gamut to ensure that we're in line with all the new updates and requirements from the CDE. These are addressing areas in the LCAP as well as universal pre-K and other special education situations.
Okay, any questions? Okay, L21 Summer Schools 2023, recommending the Board of Trustees approve the dates for the 2023 summer school program to be offered for Barstow Unified School District students. Can I have a motion, please?
Motion.
Second.
Once again, we are in summer school season, actually the development of our summer school. A couple of changes from last year. Last year, we attempted to field 5 elementary school sites for our intervention program at the elementary level. That was difficult to do, and we had low enrollment at one of the schools, so we are reducing that down to 4. We are also going to reduce the number of weeks for summer school from 4 to 6. We found that after the 4th of July last year, enrollment dropped off the cliff. So we're finding that a 4-week program suits our needs better. We are going to hold a secondary summer school at Barstow STEM Academy this year, given the fact that the Barstow Junior High School campus will have some renovations going on along with Barstow High School. The dates are June 7th through July 7th. That's to accommodate the newly approved holiday Juneteenth on June 19th. So the summer school program will last 20 days. We will have a Wednesday start in June and finish on a Friday in July. That'll be June 7th through July 7th. At the secondary site, we'll have a grade 6 bridge program to kind of give those 6th graders an opportunity to get used to that junior high experience, along with 7-8 intervention for kids who had struggled throughout the school year, and finally grades 9 through 12 credit recovery. And also we're having our extended school year program through our special education department that's required in our students' IEPs. Any questions, Mr. Garfield?
I was just curious as far as the reduction with the 6 down to 4, if we were still able to kind of meet all the same, standards and everything that we were doing beforehand.
Yeah.
Or like, I guess, in goals and.
Right. So our summer school team will be getting together here in the next 2 or 3 weeks to start developing the program. And our plan is to make sure that we hit all of those important benchmarks and to utilize pre-assessment data and post-assessment data to measure our students' progress.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Business services. L4, 1, purchase order listing. Recommending the Board of Trustees approve the purchase order listed in the attached purchase order board report totaling $367,245.05. Could I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions about our
Any questions on that list? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. L4, 2, acceptance of the 2021-22 annual fiscal report. Recommending the Board of Trustees accept the annual financial report for the Barstow Unified School District for the year ended June 30, 2022, as presented by Christy White, Certified Public Accountant. Can I have a motion, please?
Motion.
Second.
And we have Natalie on the line, if there's any questions regarding the audit report. Natalie, can you hear us?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello?
Does anybody have any questions?
We can hear you.
Okay, thank you.
I don't have any questions.
One thing to note that Ms. Swearingen asked me to share with you is in the audit report, there is a section where there was a reduction of funds. I think the grand total was $186,000 and change. That was due in part to the fact that with our unduplicated and supplemental concentration grant students, we're required to certify that they are free and reduced qualified. Many of those students are direct certified through welfare and things like that. There's another percentage of students that are not, and we have to engage in an effort to reach out to families, have them fill out surveys, sort of like the old application that you would fill out if you were a free and reduced family. Now that's in the form of a survey, and we have tried many different things to get as many of our families to complete those surveys. We've done gift cards, raffles, pizza days, pizza nights, things like that. So it's an effort we need to continue to improve upon. That's why you're seeing the slight reduction in that section.
Was there anything else we needed to mention, Natalie?
No, that was about it. I know, I did have talked to the district about, what's the best way to reach out to the parents and if the survey can be done. I know a lot of times, the survey can be done online, and I just want to say that I'm open to any, questions that the district may have in the future if they wanted to set something up, to see if it was in compliance with what we look for.
Do we have the ability now to do it online? Or we're not doing that.
Currently, we do use an online platform, Google Forms.
Okay.
We also do a paper form for those that don't, have access.
Right.
Got it?
Any further questions? Comments? Thank you very much, Kristen.
Natalie, thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. L43, reappointment of members to the Independent Studies Oversight Committee, Measure F, School Facilities Bond Program, successive term dates, recommending the Board of Trustees reappoint members to successive terms of the Citizens Oversight Committee, Measure F, School Facilities Bond Program. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Yes, two of our members on the Citizens Oversight Committee, James Noble and Jessica Tenetango, are agreeing to serve a first successive term. So they completed their first 2-year term and are agreeing to complete or engage in a second successive term. Our third member is Rihanna Walker-Banks. She is currently in her second term of 2 years. So she's agreeing to serve in a second successive term, which will bring her up to 6 years, which follows the guidelines of the Citizens Oversight Committee. And we're asking for your approval.
Any questions, comments?
I was just curious with the committee if it is always 3 members that are on the committee, or does the number ever change? Do we ever add or?
It's a little out of my lane. That's not my department. I think we've always had 3, but I can ask Ms. Swearingen to do some research for you and get that back to you Friday.
I think we have more than that.
Yeah, we've had more than that in the past.
Yeah, and each one, there's a specific, parent of a student, business person, someone that belongs to a elderly group
there's
senior citizens.
Specific categories.
Yeah, and then there's a couple at large. I want to say there's 7 or so.
Yeah.
Historically. But all the terms, they don't all come up at the same time.
Gotcha.
Thank you, Julie.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. L6B1, employment of classified management personnel, recommending the Board of Trustees approve the employment of classified management personnel as listed effective the date indicated.
Yes, Mr. Gutierrez, can you please? Oh, I'm sorry.
Second.
Okay.
Mr.
Yes,
Gutierrez.
as you all well know, that Ms. Ranger is going to be, has been elected to be our next superintendent. So that vacancy came about, and we have selected Mr. Douglas Beaton, who's sitting right across right here. So we welcome him, and we recommend board approval.
Any questions, comments?
Just welcome you to our family
Thank you.
here.
Welcome very much. Welcome to the club. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
I look forward to serving.
Do we have any items for future board meetings? Do we need to go back into closed session? We are adjourned at 5:44.